Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. This is the Lunar New Year reading for love, romance, and relationships for Cancer. And I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. So I wanted to let you know that I am doing a semi-personal reading for this. Some people call them extended readings. But basically, you can get this and get information about it at cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. And what it is I do zodiac readings every month. I also do situational readings, so not based on the current energies, but based on the situational energies. For twin souls, soulmates, twin flames, divine partnerships, whatever your relationship is, situationships, kind of a new one that I've heard recently, which I totally know what that means. I think some of you do too. So whatever your relationship is, and it is lots of different situational readings. There are going to be over 50 for the year of 2020. And then additionally, we're doing monthly zodiac readings they're monthly, but about every month we're going to be doing those. So if you are interested, you can buy the bundle, and the bundle will get you all of the readings as they come out throughout the year of 2020, and you'll have access to everything that's there already. It's a very affordable bundle for the year. You can also do a payment plan. So even though it's affordable, we actually, we also offer the payment plan, which makes it even easier to get started. So if you have interest in that, cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. All right, so here's what's going on with Cancer. So I checked the astrological energies, cosmic energies around this, and Cancer right now is their theme for the month and also for the year of 2020 is really around stepping deeper into their partnership. And so this doesn't mean if you're in a no contact situation, it doesn't mean like that your partner would be stepping into a deeper relationship with someone else, like just because they might be with that person in the physical. That's not what it means. It's actually they're stepping deeper into their spiritual partnership this year, and it's going to be a big year for that. And the biggest thing that I'm seeing is that they are going to be focused on divine purpose. So like life purpose. They're going to be working on what they are here and meant to do in the world. And as they move toward that, that's also going to be going deeper into the spiritual relationship that they have. And then before I get into the cards, I also want to say that you can watch this reading for either yourself or for your partner. You can do it for Sun, Moon, or Venus signs. If you're watching for the Sun sign, know that this is more what's going on the surface. If it's the Moon sign, know that this is more about the emotions that the person or that you might be experiencing. And then if it's the Venus sign, then know that this is more around your relationship specifically. So Venus is the place where love and romance are happening in astrology. All right, so the overall energies for Cancer, we have the legacy of light and intimacy. So what I'm getting from this is really, kind of what I've already said, which is going deeper into their life purpose, the reason that they've been put on this planet. And they are approaching this from the 3D perspective of legacy, as in, what am I going to be remembered by? Which is a slightly different approach than what I was thinking, which is more like, here's what I'm meant to do in this world, and here's how I want to help ascend the world. This person is not that they're not thinking of it that way, but they have a additional motivation of wanting to leave a legacy. Now, this legacy could be for their children, it could be for their partnership, it could be for their family, It could also just be for themselves. So it's just, you know, it's that something external is motivating them right now, and is going to be part of their divine purpose. Now, I don't think this is a bad thing. I know for me, stepping into my divine purpose, which my purpose has always been to help people through my writing, through my teaching, building digital businesses. And that purpose, when I started out, I was focused on leaving a legacy. I was focused on how are people going to remember me. And there's nothing wrong with that focus, but I would say that my focus has really shifted to how do I want to serve my higher power. So my focus has definitely changed, and there's nothing wrong with that. So this, to me, it seems like an entry point or an access point for this person to start doing their life purpose. The intimacy card, I think, is coming in as a result of having to go deeper within themselves and face parts of themselves, or get more intimate with parts of themselves that they haven't really been accessing up until now. And so they're going to have to get to know themselves better as they step deeper into this divine purpose. So let's keep going. We're going to dig into what is the situation that's going on. This is a new deck, the Star Child Tarot by Danielle Noel. I just recently got it. I actually got the large version. I have an unboxing on my channel, so you can go to cardreadingqueen.com/YouTube if you're not already on my channel, but I have an unboxing for this. If you are curious to learn a little bit more about the deck, and then you can also look at how you can purchase that deck. All right. So we've got, what's the situation? We've got the Six of Swords, Four of Cups, and Strength. Okay. So I'm getting some energies from this. I want to pull another row because I don't want to really share what's going on. Okay. Because what I'm getting is actually a sadness to this, and it is showing up here. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting a sadness around this Cancer, and what I'm getting from it is that the sadness is around feeling like because they are just finding their life purpose or finding their love, maybe they're just figuring out how they feel, or finding this divine partnership, whatever it might be. It's really the same thing. Like, as you move toward your life purpose, you're also going to move toward your divine partnership. That's simply how it goes. Energy is the same across all categories of your life. So yeah, I feel like there's this sadness, and it's around like having frittered away time in the past. So it's almost like whatever age they are, they're kind of like, well, I'm just coming to this now, and it's feeling bad for them. It's bringing up a lot of guilt for them, making them wish they had done things differently in the past, making them just feel not good about it. So instead of looking at the positive of like, hey, I found this incredible work, it's almost like they're feeling some pain around it. So we've got the Nine of Swords. That's part of it, often translated as a dark night of the soul. But I think that these two actually go together really nicely, which is that moving toward that transformation, but not feeling good about it, just feeling a sadness. Looking at the time that has been lost. and almost focusing unnecessarily on the past, is what I'm getting here. And then we've got this Page of Wands. Yeah, the Page of Wands is really, it's somebody who's ready to start, but what I'm getting from this is that she's still having trouble walking through this door. Even though she's ready to go, she's not walking through, she's actually looking back at where she's been. So there's this desire to revisit the past right now, as this person moves toward their true purpose. All right, so we have the Strength card, typically a fairly positive card. We also have the Knight of Wands. Again, with this, I'm actually getting a very defensive energy from these two cards, which is not really what the cards mean, but I always go off of, how the different decks feel to me. And I choose these decks based on what I know and what I can sense about the cosmic energies around this particular sign. So each reading is very different between the signs, and I also use different decks that are chosen really specifically to tap into those energies. So there's a defensiveness in these cards. What I'm getting from that is that this person wants to move forward, and they feel like something is kind of chasing after them almost, or like at their back. So they're feeling like this real need to look over their shoulder and make sure that nothing wicked is following them on this path. This could be that they've been cutting out things that no longer serve them, and it's just not feeling good. So I love how the swords are all in this row. So let's get into how they are feeling. Go a little deeper with that. Oh, and two cards came out for this. I'm getting the sense that this is a super emotional thing that they're moving toward. As they start to get deeper into their life purpose, it's actually bringing up a lot of stuff for them. I think there's a couple things. One is that they are really losing a lot of trust in people and places and beliefs that they had once put trust in. So it's almost like they're waking up to this realization that they've been, they're kind of feeling like they've been led astray in the past. But something I'm getting from this is that it's like you're really never led astray for the most part, unless it's serving your higher purpose, or unless it's something that you wanted anyway. So we typically, the things that are reflected back to us are things that we desired at one point. And it wouldn't have, it's like things can't really lead you astray unless you let them, in many ways. And it's the reason that it led you astray is because you resonated with that person or thing or situation or pattern. You were resonating with it, and it either, it resonated with you at the time and served you, or it resonated with you at the time, and then as you started to come in dissonance with it, you were healing that part of you that resonated with it. So I mean, at the end of the day, those two things are the same thing. Like, if it's helping you heal a wound, then it is serving you still. So that's kind of what's going on, though, is that there's this feeling of frustration and betrayal, and it's almost like this person is looking for a reason to blame that they haven't created what they want in their divine purpose. And so I think that this Cancer is really starting to look to themselves and figure out who they are, what they want, what's really important to them. And they feel like they've just, they've not done that up until now, and kind of I guess, wasted time or like missed opportunities or whatever it might be. They kind of wish they were further along than they actually are right now. All right, so another thing I'm getting from this is that they feel like they need to cut a lot of stuff out of their lives right now. So they're very, it's like they're almost, it's like they're holding the swords and they're very ready to like just, you know, cut things off. I was gonna say slit some throats, but it's not like an energy of like, I wanna, you know, hurt anyone. It's more an energy of how can I cut things out of my life that are no longer serving me. We also have this Ace of Cups. So I think there's a growing passion for this new life purpose or this new relationship, whatever they're stepping into. This love is, it's there. Like they have the cup to give to it now. And so there may have been a situation that had held them back in the past. And the situation or the example that's coming to mind is specifically around children. So it's like this idea that, you know, maybe someone had children younger in life and they didn't get to experience, you know, the independence that they wanted, the career that they wanted, whatever it might be. And now they are having some of that energy freed up. And so that's what this Ace of Cups is like they have this cup that they're able to give to this purpose now, or to this relationship now. And it's full, like it's filled up. And they're really seeing that now is the time to step into this and to go deeper with themselves. So I'm going to pull one more row and then we're going to go into the guidance for Cancer. All right, so I'm finding these cards interesting. These two major arcanas, so we have oppression. This is normally a card called the Devil, but instead it's called oppression. And I think that's purposeful. So we always choose these decks for a reason. But yeah, this is the feeling that I think I was sensing was this this belief that something was holding this Cancer back. And maybe the Cancer still feels that way. Maybe they still feel like, oh, something is holding me back, or I'm showing up too late, or I'm too old to accomplish this. Maybe I'm too old to find love again, or I'm too old to restart my life, or I'm too old to change careers, or I'm too old to start a new hobby, whatever it is. They feel like this has been external, like it's an external force that has held them back, and that's something that has to be released. You can see here, this person, they have a feather, which is representative of their spirit guides, their angels. They have crystals, representative of energy, of wealth. They have the world, and they also have the moon. And it's like they have everything, you know, everything's at their fingertips, and it's not this external force that has held them back from doing this. It's actually something within them, and so this has to be healed. We also have this Four of Swords. Now, this energy typically means rest, relaxation, unable to go on. I'm actually getting a different energy from this. I'm going to skip that and move on. I will come back to it. So we also have this card, Perspective. Yeah, this card is interesting. I think, so it's the Arcana, Major Arcana 12. So I think that is the Hanged Man, typically. This, you know, this feels like, it feels like it's an invitation and an opportunity to take a new perspective and to see that whatever was holding what's holding this Cancer back in the physical. It's actually like, one, it's not the external that was ever holding them back. It was the internal. So it was something that needed to be healed, and this person healed it in the right time and in their best timing. But then it's also like a call to shift perspective and to see that the way that they spent their time in the past was actually really critical and really valuable to what they want to step into. And I'm being called to say that this legacy that they want to work on, it's actually been there that whole time. So they've been working on their legacy for a lot longer than they realize. And so whatever this past situation was, it's actually been a big part of their journey to creating this legacy that they want, or just stepping into this divine purpose that they would like to step into. So that needs to be said, and it needs to be felt as well. So this is some healing that needs to happen. I'm going to pull a couple more cards on this Four of Swords, because it's very unusual for this to not be coming to me very clearly. So we have the Seven of Crystals. And the King of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Swords I was getting, I think I'm coming closer to the energy of it. So with the Seven of Crystals, what this is saying is basically, I think it's basically an extension of this message, which is just that this everything that's been done, it's basically been planting the seeds for this harvest that's about to come in. And this harvest is the result not of not as much of the recent work done, but of the work done over the lifetime. And the harvest is coming in, that happiness, that fulfillment, that purpose, that romantic love, all of it, it's all coming in. And you have to realize that this is the result of the full life that this person has led. It's not the result of any immediate work. It's not even like if you're doing twin soul work, for example, or ascension journey work. It's not even the result of just, the last like couple years that you've been doing that work. However long you've been doing it, couple months, couple years, couple decades, I don't know. But it's not just the result of that. It's the result of the full life that this person has been leading. And that needs to be remembered. And then what I'm getting from the Four of Swords is really about, it's kind of it's just kind of this like outward energy of being pissed off, being pissed off at like loved ones, or being pissed off about past situations. And it's kind of this like tense, angry, kind of just mean girl energy toward this past situation. So the guidance here is, first, if possible, to shift that perspective and realize that this has all been leading up to the point that this Cancer is at right now. But then the other thing is to really release those emotions, get those emotions under control, because the people who were part of these previous situations, they are going to be a support in moving forward toward this new partnership, or towards, or maybe going deeper into a current partnership, toward this life purpose, whatever this new situation is that's coming on, or coming in. The people from the past are going to be part of it. And they're not the competition or the problem, I guess. So it's not like, sometimes there is a reason to like move on from people or divest your energy from people, from situations. And it's not to say that this person should not be divesting their energy now. Perhaps they should, but it is to say that whoever is a part of this previous situation is coming forward into the new one as well on some level, but coming forward as a support this time. So whatever relationship might have been in the past, they're coming forward as a support, and it's good to remain grateful to that person for everything that has happened and has transpired beforehand. It's hard to say, and I'm certainly not encouraging. So if a previous relationship with this person or previous situation was abusive or toxic, I'm certainly not saying that you have to hold on to that person or anything like that. But I do just want to say that for like the energy of this is that person is coming forward, either in the physical, which is kind of more what I'm getting, but they could also be coming forward just energetically. And the best thing is to really keep your emotions under control, so that because there's some role that they've played in this to help you get to this point, and they I think the gratitude is gonna have to be there in order to move forward. So hope that makes sense. If it's not resonating with you, just discard it, but that's what the energy is saying. All right, so this is the closing guidance for Cancer. And then we're going to go on to the semi-personal reading, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. Let me tap into these energies. Yeah, so what I'm getting, I'm actually getting that this is a really sweet message, either for this person, or from this person who is in the reading right now. So what I'm getting is that I'm actually getting that stepping into this life purpose is going to be a good thing. So I know this is supposed to be a romantic reading, but what I want to encourage is to realize that it is a romantic reading, even though it's talking much more about life purpose. Because there has to be an understanding that as this person steps into their life purpose, they're stepping into their truth. And any person's ability to step into their truth, like any practice that they get doing that, is only going to lead them into their truth in many other areas of their life. So if this is a romantic partnership, know that stepping into their truth is a good thing. It's going to bring them into a greater understanding of their love life as well. And so what I'm getting from this is that this, I'll bring you the stars. This is about them stepping into their life purpose, which is to say that they are really going deep with themselves and figuring out their passion. And because of that, they're just going to bring all of that back to the relationship, whatever the situation is. Even if you're in no contact, if this is a twin soul connection of some sort, they're going to be bringing those riches that they're getting from this life purpose. They're bringing that back to the relationship as well. You've changed my world for the better. I think about you every day. I think that some of this, there's this message of, because it almost sounds like a goodbye, the way that it's laid out here. But what it is, it's not a goodbye. It's really that you are the person who has kind of helped them get into this life purpose idea. And they're grateful. They're grateful for that. So they're finding gratitude for that. I think if this is about you, it's really, it's the same thing. It's a message from your counterpart, just saying that you're shifting them. So the work that the two of you are doing, it's really the work is affecting the other person, and that's kind of the piece that I'm getting from this. I'm also feeling this energy. Even just some of the conflict that I was talking about earlier, it feels like some of that is already loosening and healing as well, just as we're even just doing this reading and feeling through that. So I'm going to go on to the semi-personal reading for Cancer. In this reading, so you can go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. When you go there, it'll give you all the information about the bundle and this semi-personal reading that goes along with these energies. So we're just going to go deeper into the same card reading. All that information, how to get it, how to access this extended reading, it's all going to be at cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. And then in that reading, we're going to be going deeper into these energies. So we're going to talk about the hidden aspects of this situation, what the party wants. So this will be for this Cancer person. What their block is, what they're not communicating, and then it'll be a final guidance, couple cards for that. And then, of course, if this is a reading for you, then you just take all those messages as they resonate and apply them to yourself. So I think that's it for this reading. It's gone a little bit longer than I intended. Hope that it has been helpful to you. Make sure you go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings if you want to continue. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.